Feed me. Feed me. I have to. I blame myself for what has happened. If only I believed the letter, I wouldn't have been stuck here. It all began a few days ago when I got a letter from my best friend, Danny. Erica, when you get this, read it carefully. I need you to do something for me, and do it as fast as you can. When you're going to read the rest of this letter, I know you'll laugh it off, thinking I'm pranking you. But please, just this one time, believe me. Remember that clay vessel we found last summer, when we went hiking in the woods? You told me to throw it away, but I kept it with me. I need you to get that clay vessel from my apartment. Before you get it, I need you to follow some instructions and make sure you don't skip any of them. Get a permanent black marker and draw 2 eyes on your palms, and be sure to draw the pupils, at the center. When night falls and there's no way to see other than turning on the lights, go to my apartment with some candles and a bag. Once you open the door, it'll be dark. Light that candle and make your way to my bedroom. Do not turn on the lights. Once you open my room, you'll hear a voice, a whispering. Ignore everything it says and don't let it persuade you of anything. Remember, everything you hear in that room is a lie. You will only follow my instructions. You won't be able to tell where exactly the voice is coming from, but that doesn't matter, because you don't need to listen to it. I put that clay vessel on the dresser. When you see it, pick it up with both of your hands, with the eyes touching the vessel. You might feel something is touching you, but don't pay attention to it. Nothing will hurt you. The vessel will feel heavy. Be careful not to drop it. And please, don't look inside of it or put your hand in it. I'll tell you what's inside. Blood. Spill it out, all of it, every drop and trickle. Then take the vessel into your bag and leave the apartment. Take it as far away as you can and dispose of it, so it never falls into anyone's hands ever again. I'm telling you, this isn't a joke. You're the only person I trust, and that I can ask to do this for me. If all goes well, I'll be able to see you again. If only I had listened that day. Of course, I laughed when I got the letter. I was sure it was just another prank. The clay vessel was probably some trash another hiker left behind. I called Danny to tell him he was going to fool no one. The phone rang. No one picked up. The answering machine followed. "This is Danny. I'm sorry I can't pick up right now. Please leave a message." "Hey Danny, just got the letter you sent. I know it's late, but we need to talk. Give me a call. Danny? Danny? Is that you? Are you okay? Danny, are you there? I'm afraid. I'm afraid. Help me. The phone disconnected before I could even understand what was happening. What was I supposed to do? Was this part of the prank, or was he really in trouble? So, a little worried, I shrugged it off and got a bag and a candle and drove over to his apartment. All the while I tried calling him, but he wouldn't pick up. Parked the car outside the building and ran up the stairs as I fumbled my pocket to find his keys. I reached his door and unlocked it. As he had explained, it was dark. And I was about to turn on the light when I remembered I wasn't supposed to. I flicked out a match and lit the candle. There was a gross smell in the apartment. I couldn't tell of what. I walked down the hall to his room. That's when I started hearing the voices. It wasn't any recording. It felt like someone was right next to my ear. Then all of a sudden, it seemed like it was coming from the corner of the room. At first, I couldn't tell what it was, but that didn't matter because I wasn't supposed to pay attention to it. Danny, are you here? I saw the vessel on the dresser and walked over to it. As the whispering got louder, I realized what it said. The light. Turn on the light. I dropped some wax onto the dresser and stuck the candle there, and grabbed the vessel with both my hands. At once, the candle blew out, and I remembered what I forgot to do. I didn't draw the eyes on my palm. The whispers started to get tempting. It was a pitch dark room, and the voices were screaming. Turn on the light. Turn on the light. Turn on the light. Turn on the light. I ignored everything and held out the vessel as far from me as I could and spilled out everything. I don't know how long I stood there as I heard the liquid fall on the floor. Soon, I could feel the bottom of my feet getting wet. The stench became even more stronger. My stomach wrenched, and I felt I wouldn't be able to stay still. I held it together, maybe for 10 minutes, or maybe even an hour, until I couldn't hear the dripping anymore. All of a sudden, the voices stopped. I put the vessel in my bag and ran out the door, out the apartment. I hopped into my car. I knew exactly where I would throw this thing. I headed towards the bridge as I called Danny again, but he still didn't pick up. Halfway there, my hands began to burn as I turned the steering. But just then, I thought I heard something. I turned around. I knew Danny was pranking me. I knew it was a prank. I screamed as I turned, expecting to see Danny scrunched up behind the driver's seat. But he wasn't there. But I heard the voice. It sounded like him. And then again it sounded like my own. Soon it began to sound like just one. Not just one, but many. And this time, there was no doubt. I understood everything it said. Sometimes, they would ask to feed them. Other times, they would ask to turn on the lights. But most times, they would ask to do things I can't even dare to speak of. Soon, I found myself powerless to the voices and obeyed each and every command. I took the vessel back home and locked myself in my room. Pricked my finger and let the blood ooze out into the vessel. It has been days and nights since I've been feeding them. I'm weak and hungry. But now, the voices seem to be content as I fill the vessel to its brim. I'm sure it wasn't a joke. It wasn't a prank. I realized you needed help, but I failed you. And now, I'm a prisoner of the clay vessel.